Alright, gang, welcome back to our Triple Threat Challenge here on Hutan Pantai. It is now July, and it is a very, very rainy July today. As a matter of fact, it's going to rain almost all day long. Until about between 14 and 1600 hours, it's going to be raining. So, we're going to be doing probably this entire episode in the rain. But the good thing about this episode is we do not have to do any specific harvesting with the exception of the grass field here. And we can harvest the grass when it rains. It's not that big of a deal. Now I'm kind of topping off the greenhouse here with some water. I've already taken care of topping off the goats with water. You can probably already see my track going there. We're just driving across our neighbor's freshly limed field here. It's alright, he don't matter. He doesn't care. Rather, it's not that he doesn't matter, he doesn't care, rather. Jeez, see? Say the guy doesn't matter. He's nice enough to let us drive across the field. Anyway, we're topping up the greenhouse here. We've got a couple pallets of Napa cabbage, which is great, but again, that is not going to be good to sell until the end of the year or beginning of next year. Long grain rice actually is not best to sell till September. I thought it was in July for whatever reason. It's not. It's September. However, the price is pretty good right now. One of the actual selling points, actually, I think it's dropping, but it's a couple dollars more than what the average best price would be for selling the long grain rice. So I think we're going to sell that today. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're probably going to go sell it right now as long as that price is still the same. Let's take a peek here. Well, quick save. I did some work, obviously, off camera. I was filling all the water up and everything, so it's been a little bit of time. Also checked everything else out that we needed to do today. Let's see. Prices. We want long grain rice. I was already on it. 2102, which is $2 more than what the average best would be in September. Now, if we were to wait till September, could we get better than 2102? Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Might not be, right? That's just an average. That's just a guess. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to get that amount. So, we're going to sell what we got because of that reason. Now, other things we have to do today. We got to drill that field back there, right? We got to put the long grain rice back in there. We also have to... Where's my long grain rice? There it is. We also have to herbicide this field up, and we need to do a second application of fertilizer on here. And I believe we're going to need to flood this field as well, so we might as well go do it now before I forget. Even though it's raining, I feel like maybe it might be too flooded, but the game doesn't really, I think, factor in the actual rain, right? So... Alright, there's 19,600 liters in there. I think I'll just keep the other 630 in the silo. We do have long grain rice in here, right? So we can go ahead and drop this off and put it into the silo. And then we can kind of store the rest of that long grain rice in the silo until September. And let's see if we get a better deal or not on the rest of it. So, 2102 grain mill. That's where we're going. Where is the grain mill? I do not recall. Oh, it's really close to us, and I'm going the wrong way. Let me flip around here. We'll head back to the grain mill there. We should make a decent amount of money off this, which is good. And I've also decided, I think, when we mow the grass up today, we're gonna bale everything because we still have 2 bales of grass here. So the goats really are not chewing through the grass very often. We need to take 1 bale over there to them, as you can see. But they still have meadow grass and everything, so it's really not that big of a deal. But anyway, since, you know, their goats are not chewing through it that fast, we're going to go ahead and just bale and silage wrap all of those bales up and ready to go. And I think I'm just going to leave the bales out in the grass because right now at this point, we're not in a state where we're just keeping the silage bales for a while. We're just kind of selling them pretty quickly. So, seems to be a little bit of a waste of my time right now putting those in there. We'll just kind of keep the straw bales and everything else under there that, you know, we're probably going to wait for one specific month to sell them on. If that makes any sense. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Things are good here. Well, this should be a nice penny here. Let's see. Looks like we're going to be close to about 80,000. Oh, 90,000. I stand corrected. 91,000. We got $41,000 out of that harvest. That is amazing. Apologize, gang. I still have this stupid cough. It's lingering. It's been lingering for over 2 weeks now, and it won't go away. It is getting much better as the days progress, but it's still here. So I apologize. Comes our friend Byron driving on by. Hey, buddy. So recently, we surpassed 3,000 subscribers, and we surpassed our 1-year milestone on the channel. 1 year since I've released a video on this channel. So if you've been with me from the beginning, or you just joined me within the last day or so, thank you for your support. It really means a lot, man. I appreciate it very much so. We got a lot of good stuff coming down the pipe. A lot of good stuff coming down the pipe here, gang. So stay tuned. See what comes out of my crazy mind next, huh? Alright, so let's put this away, and then, let's see. What do we want to do first? Do we want to mow first, or do we want to work on that field over there, or drill first? What do we want to do first here? Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's put this here. I'm going to get into the Challenger here. I'm going to put a worker on starting to drill that field back there. I'm not sure they're going to get all of it done. We'll probably take over for them. But I'll at least get the worker going. I also moved all those pallets of fertilizer out of the grass over here to the side, as you can see, because we're going to need that land. Obviously, we're going to be mowing today, so don't really want to be running into pallets of fertilizer, if I can help it. Let's see. Yeah, we probably could fill this up. I don't think we're going to be getting rid of this anytime soon, and even if we did. Pretty expensive, but that's alright. We do not have the right thing selected, first of all. Okay, here we go, worker. Yes, done. And go, worker. Perfect. Alright, so... yeah, let's mow. Let's mow first. Let's mow. One thing I have not checked yet, we should check, is what's going on in the used market. I mean, that's a really nice baler, but not really something we need right now. We could sell the other one, but it would still probably cost us around 40-ish grand. I think that baler there is worth like 20-something, so it'd be 40-something grand, or around 40 grand nonetheless. So yeah, I think we'll wait. One thing I did not check, I'm going to jump out of the tractor here really quick. Bear with me for a minute. I want to check and see how much milk we got in here. Okay, so we've got a pallet of goat milk for 1,000, and then this one only has 41. So we don't have too much milk yet. But we'll keep letting them make more milk. There's some more babies out there, so I think they are starting to reproduce. If you recall, we did not put that many goats in there. I'm going to realign here. This mower's nice, but it's a little hard to maneuver in certain areas. Alright, we're underway. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more here. Make it easier on myself. A lot of new channels popping up recently. People that watch what I say, all of our videos I'm talking about. You know, the crew of us that have been doing them for a couple of years together now. A lot of new people joining in on these challenges and starting up their own channels and their own challenges. It's great to see, man. I love it. I love it. The Farming Simulator community is pretty unbelievable. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a great it's a great community. People very friendly and welcoming and always willing to help and assist. Provide input whenever you want it. It's great. A couple people are actually taking on this challenge. I'm going to update my description to link to their channels. If you are interested in checking them out, please do so. See how they tackle this challenge that I've come up with out of my crazy mind. That's what I always enjoy doing, and I think that's why, you know, a lot of us do these challenges, right? Is to have other people try to take on that same challenge and see how they do it, because while we have a specific idea in our mind, right, somebody else might have a different idea, and then you see that and you're like, man, that's a good idea. I should try to incorporate something similar to that. And then off you go. Okay, come on. You are not that slow, John Deere. Let's go, buddy. It's not that hard for you to go over that. I don't know why, for whatever reason, this thing acts like it can't pull this mower, but it can. You just saw it do it easily. But when you're on top of another area of grass, it's like, I'm not going to be able to pull that. Doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So I think the best thing for this, since it is going so slow right now, is just to throw a bit of a time lapse here while we mow all this grass up. So let's get that done. And we will start our baling and, well, windrowing and then baling process, huh? All right, well, we're underway starting the windrowing here. Obviously, it's a little bit of a slow process. The tractor's having an issue here. This guy, as always, they, for whatever reason, cannot figure out the headland. I think it might just be the way that the actual field itself was built a little bit, but we'll take care of that, not a problem. Let me move that out of the way for now, though, so we can continue on with our windrowing here. And there are certain areas, right there, prime example, as you can see, where for whatever reason it's not picking it up. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, this is a terrible backup job there, Z, but for whatever reason, it's not wanting to pick up that grass. So I think I'm getting a little bit too close to the neighbor's yard, potentially, and that's why that's happening. They're basically saying that I don't own that land, which, to be fair, I don't, so I get it. But I'm still trying to make sure I get as much of it as I possibly can get. That's just extra free money. Walter White was just going to run right into me. He didn't even care. He was just going to sprint right into me. So if you happen to just now stumble across this for whatever reason, and why do you call Byron and Walter? Well, over the years of playing this game, almost all of which have come from channel subscribers and or members, we've started giving names to some of these cars. So there's a lot of them, and I'm probably not going to remember all of them, but at some point. But Walter White, the white car. Byron's the black car. Scarlett's the red car. Karen's the yellow car, which I actually haven't seen many yellow cars at all. I don't even know if I have seen one in FS25, but it was in FS22. Griff is the orange car. I don't remember what we're calling the silver car now. I guess that could still be considered white, but I don't remember what we were calling the silver car. I'll have to go back and look. It's a new one. The silver car really wasn't that much of a threat or involved in FS22 for us, so don't recall that one. There's another one I'm missing. There's a basic one I'm missing. Who am I missing? Alfred, the blue car. That's who I was missing. So anyway, we've made up a lot of names for cars, and there are specific few, depending on the map and depending on this location, that have been extremely difficult. It typically is the three of Scarlett, Walter, and Byron. Those are the three that typically give me the most trouble. Byron's been kind of become a little bit famous. Byron was named after my friend Northern Farm Sim, so anyway, it's just a fun little thing to add. It's been, I will admit, it has been less. I've been having less difficulties with them in FS25 versus FS22. FS22 was a lot, there was a lot more situations where they would just run right into me, flip my car over, flip the trailer over. I mean, it would just cause mayhem, right? I'd have to redo everything I just did, especially if it was a series where I didn't allow any sort of off-camera or even on-camera liftable bales, pallet stuff. Like, whenever I have something like that, I mean, it was oh man, those were good times. And by good times, I mean woof. It specifically happened a lot, really, in the first series I ever did on this channel, which was in regard to the 200 horsepower challenge, which was created by my other friend Crustu, another part of the group of us that do all these challenges together. In any case, it's a fun little tidbit, though, about those cars. So we're nearly done here with the windrowing, and then we can start doing our baling. Well, I think today we're actually going to get rid of a little bit of this grass. It's not going to be a ton, but a little bit. And what I mean by that is we're going to take a little bit more of this asphalt here. We're going to kind of expand it out here a little bit and kind of go this way and square it off a little bit with the greenhouse here. Not that there's a problem with it now. I mean, really, we can just drive over the grass. It's not that big of a deal. But I want to make it look a little bit more realistic, so we're going to put a little bit of gravel around it, or asphalt in this case, I guess. So we'll lose a tiny, tiny, tiny portion of our grass field, but again, is it going to be that noticeable? Probably not. I mean, we're still going to make a decent amount of bales. It's not like we're going to we're going to lose out on a whole bale or something like that. That won't be the case. We'll just lose out on a small, tiny bit of grass. Okay, it is all done, windrowed up, so now we can go ahead and bale it. But before we bale it, let's go ahead and finish off the field up there. Just finish the headland off there of drilling that. Then we're going to have to put some fertilizer down on that as well. So there's still a lot to do. Even though I say there's not much to do, there really is a lot to do today. It's more of a normal type of episode amount to do, though, compared to what it's been lately. Lately, we've had a lot more to do than that, so... So that's why it kind of seems like, at least today, that there's not that much to do. But there really is. $88,000. Farm's really coming together, gang. It's really starting to come together. Need another, basically need double what we have right now to be able to buy the field that we want to purchase here. The next field we want to purchase, I should say. And speaking of that, we need to look and see how our small field's doing. I have not looked at that. I don't think I looked at it in the last episode at all. I might have missed something on that one, actually, now that I say that. It does have weed. You turn all this off. I don't think we fertilized it a second time. Oops. Well, I mean, those things happen, I guess, right? Mistakes happen. We'll go look at it, though, today. I promise. We'll go look at it today. We'll make sure whatever it is we can do, we will do, if there's anything we can do. Now, in the last episode, I posted up, I say I posted up, I put up kind of like a little blurb, a little image in the left-hand corner of the screen for the beginning of the episode for like, I don't know, it was like a minute, 30 seconds, something like that. I'm not sure if that is something that interests you or if it was too distracting or what it is, but basically it just gave you the different things that we're trying to accomplish, right? The main goals, the threats, the objectives, and then your bonus objectives up there, and where we are, right? A check mark if we've completed it, and then a dash if we have yet to complete it or start it or whatever. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that. I would love to hear that. I don't know if you posted in the last episode or not, to be honest with you. I'm recording this. It won't be edited by the time that one comes out, but I'm recording this before that episode came out. So if you haven't, let me know down below now what your thoughts are on that. If you want to see that every episode, or if you just want to see it every once in a while, or you don't like it at all, let me know one way or another. I'm impartial. I like it to an extent, but at the same time I don't. I don't really know how to make it make sense, but I guess they're just, to me, it just seems a little, the quality doesn't seem as good there. I'm seeing if I can figure out other ways. It's something I'm going to have to learn. I'm seeing if I can figure out other ways to go around it to potentially they kind of put those in the worst spot, didn't they? See if there's other ways I can go around it to try to potentially, I don't know, find a better way to do it, to incorporate it, I guess, into the actual edit of the video. Because right now, I basically just, I build out that little blurb, right? I actually build that out, and then I just take a capture of that, and I place it in the edit. And I feel like there could be an easier or better way to do it. I don't want it to look so much like it's a stream, image, because I could do it that way. Where if I was streaming or whatever, I have the streaming set up with, bars going around and everything else. But, I mean, this is literally just a YouTube video. We're not really streaming here, so I don't really think that makes a whole lot of sense either. So I don't know. Let me know. I guess, long story short, let me know your thoughts down below on that, if that's something you want to see or you don't want to see, you like it, you don't like it, etc. And if you're this far along in the episode, and for whatever reason, if you have yet to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, man. It's free. It helps me out an absolute ton to do so. And you'll get caught up and up to date whenever I release a new video, so you'll make sure you don't miss out on anything. Like I said, we've got some good stuff coming down the pipe here soon. There's a series that is going to be completing probably by the end of February, early March. And so that means a new series will be started. Which is exciting, man. There's a couple options I have. I know some of my members have a brief idea of something that I'm working on. I don't know if it'll be that series or not. I'm going to be fully transparent with you. There's a lot of ideas that came out of that. So my members get access to one extra video a month. That's a members-only video. And a lot of the times it's just it's a series or a different kind of challenge or whatever. This month, we worked, well, I say this month, January, last month, the video, we worked on kind of trying to sort out and plan out a new series. And so I had yet to do anything like that, so I wanted to kind of show them, or give them a little behind-the-scenes access, right, to how I go about figuring out new series and new challenges. And then I wanted their input, so they had a lot of good ideas, and so we're going to try to incorporate some of those ideas if we can. I don't know why I put that away. I should have just kept it out. I should have started fertilizing that field too, but whatever. All right, we'll go to baling. There are a lot of other good challenges that a lot of people have come up with. A lot of people have come up with some really, really good challenges. So, like I said, I'm not positive if we're going to do the one that I was working on in January. It will happen. I promise you it will happen. It just may not be ready when the farm-based challenge comes to an end. It may not be to the point where I want it to be at. And when I say the point I want it to be at, I mean I fully have it vetted out, and I feel confident that it could be a series that I can run for a while and succeed in. Not that I have no, I don't have a problem with putting a series up and I end up failing the series. I've done that. I failed the Ohio Richlands Broke to Billionaire Challenge series in FS25. I have no problem if I put something up and I end up failing it. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I just want to make sure that what I'm putting up is enjoyable for myself, right? If I get to a point where we're 6-7 episodes in and I've already failed and I don't see any way to fix it, obviously that's not enjoyable for me. Maybe it's enjoyable for you just from a laughing perspective about how terrible I am, maybe. But other than that, I think that's kind of a wasted opportunity and a bit of wasted time for both myself and for you watching the video, right? You want to see more than 7 episodes, I would hope. So all those ideas that they've provided me, I'm going to take all of those into account and more than likely incorporate, I would say, almost all of them to an extent, or at least some version of it if I don't incorporate the entire thing. So they're very instrumental, I guess I should say, and when a new challenge comes about. So I'm gonna have to probably get that windrower back out if I want to get some of that grass out. I don't even know if I can get it. It might be too, when you have the windrower, sometimes you can pull a little bit of that grass out that is otherwise saying that it's not our land. As long as you keep the bulk of the windrower in our land, a lot of the times it'll let you pull that out of there. So we may have to try that. I don't know if it's really going to be enough, though. We'll have to wait and see. If we have a baler that's really close to getting another bale, we'll do it. If not, I'm not going to really worry about it, honestly. Well, look at this. We popped a bale out right next to the goats. Might as well go ahead and put that in front of the goats. I could just pick it up by hand. You've seen me do it before, and sometimes when I'm getting, frustrated with picking up bales and stuff, I've done it. But I mean, I'm trying to do it the proper way, right? I want to make sure I've got these forks for a reason. I utilize them. You've seen me utilize them multiple times, but I just want to make sure that it's clear on camera that I'm not I'm only doing any kind of picking up the bales and stuff when it's off camera, and I have a lot of stuff to do off camera for whatever reason. That's it. We got a little teenage goat just running around having a blast. Loving life, man. They're loving life right there. Enjoying the rain. Right. So there's a lot of grass here to bale up, gang. It's going to take us a while to do this. Let's get into it. Let's get it done. We'll see how many bales we get. I'm always wrong on how many bales we get. I'm not even going to try to guess this one because every time I'm completely wrong. All right. Field is done with all the bales. Everything's been wrapped up. So now we just need to fertilize this field, fertilize that field, herbicide that field, and go check the small field over there. So let's put this away, and we can start to commence doing all of that. We'll probably do the fertilization first since it's already in the fertilizer spreader. We will probably come over here and pick up these last two crates of it, if you will. Got to move all that lime. I'll probably do all of that off camera. You saw me move a little bit of it there by hand because I needed to, because we ran out of bale wrap. Or not bale wrap, twine or whatever it is, whatever it's called. The baler stuff for the actual bale itself, not for the wrapping. Perfect. All right. Close this up. And we can get started on this. I am going to probably turn on steering assist for the most part, with the exception of what I'm going to do down here. I want to be very careful without killing any of this crop if at all possible. But well, actually, you know what? I'm not going to be able to. Remember when we did last time, the steering assist, it wants me to go the other way, which most of the time makes sense. But it's not going to work in this instance because that field is obviously a little bit further along, and we just combined them. So I'm going to have to do this one all by hand. I say by hand, but I mean without steering assist or anything like that. Or workers, right? None of that is possible. So I'm just going to have to eyeball it a little bit. I'm probably going to miss some spots, but that's all right. If we do, we do. We'll come back and fix it. May also be wasting a little bit. I might go over some more than I have to. But again, it's fine. All right, we're nearly done here, gang. We're probably going to have to do one more pass, I think. It's just going to be a small little sliver. It might be on two little areas. I don't know for sure if I got this one down the middle properly or not. Actually, it looks like it's just going to be a tiny, tiny, tiny little sliver that I missed. If I missed anything. I'm not even going to say I missed anything there. I think that's pretty solid there. So let's head over to the small field there. We do know the small field does need fertilized. But I don't think I'm going to catch it in enough time. I'm pretty sure it's going to be too far along germinated that I'm going to kill it if I drive over top of it, which means... Oh, Scarlet, don't start. Don't start. Two Scarlets back to back. It's a threat. Which means, ooh, it's weeded up pretty bad, too. Yeah, I kind of screwed up there. I literally just, it slipped my mind in the last episode. I was supposed to do something with it in the last episode, and it completely slipped my mind. Oh boy. Well, I guess we'll just try to do what we can from a distance. I really don't want to put any crop lines. I don't want to put any tram lines in there, because it's not that big of a field, and, oof. My mistake, gang. I apologize. Some of you might have already been yelling at me in the comments in the last episode that I forgot to do something over here. I mean, it happens, right? I told you, mistakes happen, man. It's not... I mean, I'm not perfect. I've admitted that so many times. I'm just going to drive around the edge here and see if I can get some of it. If I can get some of it with a little bit of extra fertilizer, I mean, it's a little bit of extra money, right? A little bit of extra income. I know I'm wasting a lot of fertilizer here doing this, though. Yeah. Wish there was ability to be like, only shoot fertilizer out the right arm, right? Don't shoot it out the left arm. Wish that was an option. I don't really think I'm going to be able to spray this either, without doing a tram line of some sort. Dang. I really screwed up on that. Actually, it looks like I can still drive over top of it. Did you just see that? I just tried to drive over the corner because I always try that just to see. Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay. It's not as bad as I thought then. Alright, we're good. Phew. I did not think we were going to be able to the way that it looked, how big the weeds are in this, I just thought that we were screwed no matter what we did. Looks like we're okay. I'm very pleasantly surprised by that. There's hail damage over there. I think we talked about that already. It was an area that I missed. I should have brought the cultivator over when we drilled it, but that's alright. It's not that big of an area, so we'll make sure we fix that in the next one. If we decide to keep that field, right? We always have the option to sell that field now. Now that we're getting closer to being able to purchase another, or one of the fields we need to purchase for our threats or objectives. We may consider selling that field to recoup a little bit of the funds, potentially. I don't know yet. Haven't fully decided that one yet. Let me get back here. Let me flip over to the herbicide sprayer. We've got to spray that field and this one now. And I think that's the remaining thing we have to do. Well, actually, hold on a second. I've got to fertilize, spread the grass field. I almost forgot about that. So I need to do that quickly here, and then we'll grab the herbicide sprayer. And then after we do both the fields I just talked about, I don't think we have anything else left to do today. I don't think we do, at least. But I'll double check everything and make sure. I tried to strategically put the bales in a location this time where I was able to fertilize the field without them really getting in the way too much. If you recall, the last time I had them all like stacked up together, which in theory makes a lot of sense, but if you're going to need to fertilize the field with them out there, it doesn't. You do not want that. Real quick, if you still are watching this episode and you happen to be doing this challenge, let me know down below in case for whatever reason I didn't realize that you were doing it. Tag me in your post as well, your video, whatever. I want to watch them. I'm a little behind. I've been pretty much out of pocket for almost the entire month of January, so I'm a little behind on a lot of stuff, but I do want to watch them, so make sure you tag me. But if I, for whatever reason, do not have you in the description by the time this releases, let me know, and I'll make sure I get you updated so you're added down there. Just want to make sure you guys are keeping me honest, right? Alright, perfect. We can put this away. Now we can get the sprayer out and we can get to spraying. All right, gang, we are pretty much done here. Just to turn around here and do another little quick pass because I shrink down the size of the sprayer a little bit too small there. And we're done. Fantastic. We can go ahead and fold this thing up. We can take this all the way back down to the farm. Big time rainy day today. We do not have anything else left to do today. We could do a contract or two potentially, but I think we have accomplished enough today that we're going to leave the episode at this point. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Both of those things are free to do, and they help me out an absolute ton. Let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, I will see you all in the next episode.